Hi, Sean. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. All right. So, let me quickly explain you the whole structure of this call.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a free consultancy call, and on this call, I'll firstly understand about your whole education background, about your experience, past, current, and what you're currently doing. What are your target role, target pay, what location are you targeting, and how has your job search strategy been so far. And also that since I have your resume, I'll be reviewing that, and then after this call we'll be making a tailored customized resume for the target role. Okay,
Okay.
and then we'll be sending you that resume.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the whole agenda of this call. And again, this consultancy and the first resume that we are going to make for you would be completely free of cost.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so shall we begin?
Absolutely.
I'll be making notes on whatever information you give to me, though I have your resume, but still, if there is something that is not in the resume, feel free to tell it to me. Okay,
Okay. Sure.
okay. Firstly, let's talk about the education. So, which university you are from?
I did it back home in India. I did it from Mumbai University. My college's name was Royal College, and I did my bachelor's of accounting and finance from there. And then I also did my master's of commerce from St. Andrews College in business management.
Okay, and then in Canada,
In,
what college or university were you in?
sure. In Canada, when I came, I did my international business management from Sheridan College and post graduation. And I also did my post graduation in financial planning from Humber,
Okay, that is great. And you completed your education in which year?
September 2025,
Okay, that is great. And you completed your bachelor's in?
2021.
Okay. And was there any education gap?
No.
Okay. That is great. Now, since it is all in your resume, uh, I want to ask this one very personal question. I'm very curious to know that after completing your Masters of Commerce in and Business Management from Mumbai, what made you come to Canada? Was it like any personal cousins ka reason ki they were here, so I took that decision, or anything else?
To be honest with you, I was working back home in India as well in a investment bank, but I didn't feel fulfilled. So I thought maybe coming to Canada would open up more opportunities than I had back home in India as well. That was
Okay.
one of the main reasons I had of coming here. And the second was I did have a few friends and families to support me when I initially came in. So I
Okay.
took the chance.
When did you visited Canada for the first time?
September 2023.
23.
Correct.
Okay, that is great. Now, see, we have talked about your education. Let's talk about your work experience. So,
Mhm.
what roles have you worked so far?
And should I start from India or?
Yeah, everything.
Okay, so in India, once I graduated, I joined. The company's name was Quinox Consultancy Services. So I was a third party a financial analyst to Shawbrook Bank, based out of the United Kingdom. Then I worked in Quinox for around 7 months. Then I switched into JP Morgan as a tax analyst. I worked as a tax analyst through Randstad for 10 months, and then I got converted into a JP Morgan full time employee where I worked for another 11 months. And then I came into Canada. And while I was studying, I couldn't work full time jobs, so I had to get part time roles. So one of them was I worked in Hugo Boss as a sales supervisor, key holder, you can say that. And then I also did a 4 month role as a client service coordinator at Archway Marketing Services. I later, for financial planning, did have to do a co-op. That's an internship as a financial accountant. So I did it with my local CPA firm, that was Rakesh Professional Services,
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay. And what about after after being a financial accounting intern, the current experience as part-time key holder?
Correct.
So that is your current experience?
Yeah, because my financial accounting intern was 4 months from April to August.
Okay. And what is basically the role? I mean, what is a part-time key holder?
I'm one of the managers in the store as a
Okay.
retail. Yeah,
And you have been doing it since the past 1.5 years now, right?
correct.
Okay. And if I may ask, what is the salary that you are getting there?
In Yugo Boss,
Yeah.
uh, 65 to 70. It's more commission role. That's why.
Okay. 65 to 70K.
Correct.
Okay. Now, we have talked about work experience. Now, let's come to your future goal. So,
Hmm.
I can see that you do have experience in finance, you have experience in accounting, service coordinator sort of roles, texting, investment banking, and all. That makes me understand that you are into finance, right? So, what is your target role?
My target roles would be more into financial analysis, tax analysis, client advisor roles, financial advisors, I mean, sorry, and business analyst roles.
Business analyst, what sort of business analyst in finance, right?
Correct.
Okay. And since how long have you been targeting these roles?
Since I graduated, that's September 2025.
Okay. And what struggles are you facing in your job search?
Um, to be honest, I'm not getting interview calls. I, I got 3 to 5 interview calls, but two of them were through referrals, but it didn't work out because I didn't have Canadian experience.
Okay, you don't have Canadian experience. That is true because you do have only this one intern as financial accounting, and the second one you're currently doing as key holder.
Okay, that's a
So,
retail experience that doesn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's almost been what, 2.5 months since you're in Canada?
No, it's yeah, 2.5 years.
Yeah. Sorry, 2.5 years, my bad. And in this meanwhile, you have completed your graduation, you have completed your diploma, and while doing that you were sort of doing part-time positions,
Correct.
correct?
Yeah.
And you completed your education in September 2025.
Yes.
So you, I mean, in the past 6 months, what have you been doing after you're completing your education?
After I completed my education, I was trying to get my EFIC certification. That's one of the banking certifications you need. So I will most probably get it done this month by the end of this month. And I've been applying for roles. I've been networking. I've been reaching out to my friends who have already jobs in the banking sector. So they have been referring me as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm mostly doing.
Okay. And since you mentioned that strategy didn't work out, you got two referrals, it didn't work out. I want to ask you, what are you doing exactly while searching the jobs? How are you applying? How have you been doing it since the past 6 months?
I've been using mostly LinkedIn, Indeed, Randstad, and Monster Canada websites.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been applying through the company portals itself, but rather I'm applying them when I'm being getting referred because I think that's the best way. At least I thought that was the best way.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I think that's more of my issue where I've been applying using this LinkedIn Easy Apply, Indeed, and where I don't think that's working.
Correct. And how many number of jobs are you applying for every day?
At least 30 to 50. I don't even know the number at this point.
30 to 50 every day.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and also, what salary and pay range are you expecting and aiming for?
50 to 60.
50 to 60K in this finance industry.
Correct.
Also, since I know all of your profile, all of your work experiences, so do you want to get into the field and start working in your field of finance, or you just want to get into the market, be it any role, anything?
At this point, I think any role would I don't think any. I think any role would work out for me because I just want a entry into the sector so I can grow from within.
Any role in the finance sector, like you are very specific about the sector, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned that the roles which you're targeting, a finance analyst, financial advisor, business analyst, and text analyst and advisor as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, where are you situated right now? Where are you located?
Toronto, near
And
near Lakeshore.
okay. And which location are you targeting?
Toronto. I mean, I'm even looking for Mississauga, Etobicoke. I'm ready to travel. I'm not like I don't hesitate for the commute, so I'm fine with that.
But you want it in Toronto, Ontario, and you're not looking outside that.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, you're not ready to relocate that much.
It depends now on what level. Like if it's a better paying job, I don't mind relocating, but I'm mostly looking for in Toronto itself.
Okay. And you're here all by yourself or you live with your
Yeah.
family and okay. Okay. Then if there is a better opportunity, you would
Yes,
easily move.
absolutely.
Okay. That is great. So I have gathered all my information apart from education. What sort of certifications you have pursued? You mentioned about something you're gonna get in a month.
IFIC, my IFIC certification, that's from CSI. That's for dealing with mutual funds in the
Okay.
banking sector.
And apart from that, what are the previous certifications you have done?
I've also done like an investment banking certification from Udemy back home in India.
Okay. And
No, that's all.
there are certain things written on your resume like financial modeling, Excel mastery, capital markets,
Those are all
financial.
those are all of my expertise when I was working back home in JP Morgan. Like I don't have certifications related to that. Those are my skills that were for the role that were required.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. And also, you mentioned about certain projects. You mentioned one project, text and compliance experience. So,
Correct.
was it from any of your jobs, or it is like a
With
whole
JP
separate?
Morgan. It was as a tax analyst in JP Morgan.
Okay, that is great. And also, okay, that's it. I have taken all the notes. Apart from that, is there any experience which you have not mentioned in the resume?
No, that's all of my experience.
Okay, that is great. Now, see, now based on your background, the best roles for you are the ones which you suggested just now, finance analyst and all. And these are the suitable role for your profile, for your target profile.
Mhm.
Now, I just want to ask from you, what is that one role for which you want us to make the resume?
Mm, I would say financial analyst or advisor.
I guess financial analyst would be good.
Okay.
Okay, because it's more over one or the same thing. You just need to change like the skill section or something like a little bit, and it's more over the same thing. And we'll be making the resume for financial analyst. I have noted it down,
Hmm.
and also the salary which you are targeting is 50 to 60K. The location which you are looking for is Toronto, Mississauga in Ontario region only, and
Yes.
also
Like in
you.
Ontario, I don't mind Toronto, Mississauga, Etobicoke, Vaughan, any like in Ontario, it's fine.
Okay, that is good. And also, your preference is to get into the finance sector. You are very specific about the sector. You're not open to any other thing apart from finance and
Right.
banking.
Yes.
Okay, that is great. Now,
I'm
see,
I'm even open to small financial companies when it comes to financial roles, but I'm more looking into the same roles like within the financial area.
okay, that is great. And I mean, after your college, since you're trying from the past 6 months, while you were in the college, you were working in the part-time position as this intern, financial accounting and all.
Correct.
So they didn't offer you a full-time position?
No, they didn't. They do not give out full time position. They need you need a CPA designation to be a full time account.
Correct.
So that's why they did not offer me one.
Okay. Also, in future, since it's related to your field, are you looking forward to get the CPA certification?
Looking forward to get my CFA designation. I've already
CFA.
enrolled for this year for CFA Level 1.
Okay. And it is scheduled, right?
I mean, it's not scheduled yet. I've applied for my scholarship. I should hear back till the 31st of March. So today is the 23rd.
And also, what's your PR status? Like, are you on your work permit or
Work
what?
permit
When is it expiring?
2029. I
Okay,
just got
20,
it in January
okay,
2029.
okay. 2029. I have noted it down.
Mhm.
Okay, you have plenty of time, but still, you need to get a job. You need to
Yes,
get a job first. And now, see, since this is a free resume service, we'll create that customized resume for the role which you have mentioned, which is financial analyst.
mhm.
And the WhatsApp group is created. We'll be sharing everything in that group. There is the resume writer, project leader, and everyone added in that group. So we'll be making the resume using the information which we have from your previous old resume,
Okay, understood.
and we'll be making a ATS friendly resume. You must know about the ATS because it works in the Canadian market a lot, and you'll get your resume within 24 to 48 working hours. Okay.
Understood.
Now, also, since I just want your feedback on this, since we have provided you with a free job search consultation and this free resume service, can you share your honest feedback or something positive about your experience?
Sure. No, to be honest, I've been in the job searching market for a while now, and no one has ever given me this kind of service where, they walk me through my resume, tell me what's wrong, tell me what's required, help me with a ATS friendly resume. So that's really great. And also, since you guys are helping others as well, so you have more experience as to what to look out for when it comes from the employer's perspective. So that's really helpful as well.
Okay, that's very good to hear that.
Mhm.
And apart from that, once we give you your resume, will also, I mean, if you have any doubts in that, we'll walk you through. Because looking at your current resume, I see it is not that ATS friendly. It doesn't have much numbers, and it's, I mean, the alignment is not that great.
Understood.
So there are certain problems, and you also know that in Canadian market, they do not manually check the resumes. Sometimes they filter it out from ATS, and even if you have great skills, great experience, if your keywords and some ATS keywords, numeric data is not matching, they won't even consider your resume.
Makes
So
sense.
maybe this is the problem with you. And since you are very new to this market, maybe the current job roles which you mentioned that you are applying for are not very relevant to the roles, or maybe you're applying for a like higher target roles which are not entry level. Maybe you're applying for the higher end sort of roles. So there must be some problem in that applying thing. Maybe you can just check it. That is one advice I'd like to give you.
Mhm.
So that's all from my end, and I have gathered all your information regarding your education stuff. Also, in your skills section, you have not mentioned many skills. They are just like six pointers written over there. So, if you feel that you would want to add more finance related skills, so make sure that you can just simply type it out in the group.
Understood. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, it's fine. If you don't want to, we'll just do our research on our own and put down the keywords which are needed for the role of finance, which are the essential ones. And once we make the resume, you can see if you want those or you want to just remove those keywords. It's all up to you.
Understood. Okay, makes sense.
Okay. Apart from that, if you also have done any other certification or any other internship which is not in your resume, feel free to share that as well. So we incorporate it if that is relevant.
Okay, understood. I'll do that.
That's it from my end. Any questions for me?
No, that's all.
Okay, then thank you so much, Sean, for connecting. It was great talking to you, and thank you so much for delaying the call. Thank you for consideration.
Thank you so much once again. Bye.
Okay, great. Thank you. Have a great day.